Hi, this is Jeremy Renner, and this is my WIRED Autocomplete Interview. Oh, Internet. Oh, Autocomplete. What do you have more for me on this sheet? First board. What is Jeremy Renner doing these days? I'm thriving, I'm getting stronger, I'm happy, I'm healthy, and progressing every day, and thankful. I've had a lot of love and support, and the reason for my health and me thriving is the support and love from everybody I've got in my life. And that probably includes a lot of you guys. Does Jeremy Renner? Probably not. Do his own stunts? Yes, I do. Proud that I do my own stunts. Even in season 3 of Mayor of Kingstown, where I didn't think, I thought I retired as a stunt guy, I was able to kind of pull some stuff off. And I'm very happy and pretty proud moment this year for me, from January till now, to get back in the swing of things, if you will. Yeah, very proud of that. What was Jeremy Renner doing when he was injured? Probably not feeling too good. That's what I was doing. I wasn't breathing too well. What I was doing, I was clearing my driveway because we had a massive snowstorm. And I was on a snowcat, which is a big tank-like machine that moves snow around. I got caught underneath it on the asphalt, and that's what I was doing when we got injured. We were having a good New Year's Day. Even the ski resorts were closed that day, ironically, because there was so much snow, all the ski lifts were buried as well. How did Jeremy Renner recover so quickly? Well, recovery is a lifetime. Recovery is pretty lonely, even though you have a lot of love and support. I got a ton of it, and I have so much gratitude for having all the love and support, but it still comes down to the individual, and I think anybody that's in recovery knows that within that loneliness, there's a clarity of direction and understanding of my body and what can I do best for my body. The body's a miracle. I think I can be a testament to how great the body can recover. And then there's also the other things in life, but I think it came from the collective energy of all the goodness in my life for the people, and even its well wishes or just thoughts. If I crossed your mind, even, like, that's something that I believe got me better much faster. Like, they told me I wouldn't walk again, or I'd walk funny, and now I'm running and sprinting and doing stunts. So I got the legion of amazing goodwill of you all. Really, I think that's what did it. Next. All right. Is Jeremy Renner good at archery? Yeah, I suppose. I think I can make archery look good. That's something you have to practice a lot, and I haven't done that in probably 8 years. But yeah, it's great. But like recurve over a compound for sure, those type of things, which is kind of cool about what my job is this guy won 2 gold medals at archery, and he was the guy that trained me. And so cool, so you get like real quick insights into like the shortcuts and cheat codes into archery or to whatever the skill set is. Then you get to do that for like 3 or 4 months and spend time on it. It's really great, and I love it. It's a great sport. Here's Jeremy Renner, Irish, German-Irish. Is my main heritage. Luck of the Irish. Yeah, here we go. Is Jeremy Renner tattoo sleeve real? No. Here we go. See, no sleeves. That's just for Endgame, wasn't it? Yeah, Endgame when I had to shave the head and get the sleeves. That was during the blip, I think. But it was cool looking. Is Jeremy Renner left-handed? Yes, I am. Left at most things, except cutting scissors, because they don't have left-handed scissors, and a few other things I have to do right-handed. Play guitar right-handed, but everything else I try to do left-handed. Yeah. Jeremy Renner. Why does Jeremy Renner know sign language? I have a deaf cousin, but that's when I was a kid, and I lost all that then. Then when I had a daughter, I wanted to teach her sign language because I knew that she'd emotionally grow faster than her verbal skills could. And it was also just a fun thing to do. It was like, more cookies, please, Dad. And I put the things that I taught my daughter into the Hawkeye series. And in the Hawkeye series, I became partially deaf, and he had to start to learn sign language, and he wasn't great at it, but he started to learn. How are Jeremy Renner and Jennifer Lawrence related? I don't know, I asked my dad, what was he doing? I don't know, how they were related? I think we heard that we're like distant cousins or something. She reminds me of a cousin, or she's very familial to me. She fits like right into my family that way, I think. She's a great gal. I love her to death. Is Jeremy Renner coming back as Hawkeye? I don't know. Ask my legs, ask Marvel. Those will determine the ifs and whens if that will ever happen. I think there's always an option. I think my body is not going to be limited. It just comes down to sort of a reason why to come back as Hawkeye, and is there a real narrative to kind of tell? We'll see. Where was Jeremy Renner? Born and raised, Modesto, California. Born 1971. That was my geographical point of entry, I think. When did Jeremy Renner film Rennervations? The summer before last, I suppose, because then the accident happened and then the show came out. Rennervations stemmed off an idea of taking things that were being wasted by the government, these government vehicles from fire trucks and city buses, and in order to get a new fleet, they still have to dump these vehicles, but the vehicles are perfectly good machines. So I decided to repurpose them, reimagine them, and give back to kids that are in need. Like I took a tour bus and turned it into a music studio. Another one, they lost their dance studio. This orphanage lost their dance studio. So then I took this bus, cut a hole in the side of it, made this whole stage flop out, and this whole proscenium, and also they get their dance studio back. So I love it, and it's still something I continue to do. And now I have a foundation. It's just not limited to vehicles now, but we do help kids and foster kids, and we're all about it. When did Jeremy Renner start singing? As a teenager, that's when I started playing drums in a band called Hot Ice. Oh yeah, I'm sure my neighbors hated us, and I don't know if we ever played out, but it kept us out of trouble. I always encourage any kid to kind of get into music. It's so good for your brain, and it's also good for your spirit. It's also, I use music as a journal, you know. You don't see a lot of guys doing journal and diary entries, but music was that for me. It's cathartic. It was ways to discover things about myself, and singing is the expression of that. Is Jeremy Renner in a band? Well, I was when I was 13. Yes, 14. We all know that answer. But right now, no. I did a whole EP about things learned in my recovery, and to my daughter, I wrote this love song called "Wait for Me." It's the first words I said to her after I saw her after the accident, and I said, "If you just wait for me, all these bones were going to heal." So each time I would physically get better, I'd see her be less fearful and heal more. And then music is also, we all know, pretty uniting and healing and emotional. So there's inspirational songs on it. There's heartbreaking ones on it, but it was all cathartic for me to write with my friends too as well. It was important to share that narrative with them, some being my brother-in-law and some very good friends of mine. So as a solo artist, to put together this collection of songs about the accident, about the recovery, and things learned in it, it's something that's lasting, and I hope it can help other people as well. What did Jeremy Renner do before acting? Oh, wow. I was a good student. I was a decent son. I was, right. What did I do, man? I found acting in college. I went in, I think, with a computer science major or criminology. Just different things of trying to figure it out. And I found acting, and then the rest is history. Just stuck with that. What was Jeremy Renner's first movie? National Lampoon's Senior Trip was my first film. It was my first job ever, even on camera. And I was blessed with the lead role in a National Lampoon movie. So it was big enough to be the play in my small town. I was in a role big enough that I didn't have to tell you what role I was. And it was in a movie. So I got all three goals that I came down to LA to try to achieve in the first job that I ever got. And it took me about maybe a year and a half after being in LA, and I got that. So I remember kissing the dirty carpet out in my crappy apartment. I was so excited. I'm like, going to Toronto. I had no idea where Toronto was. Who is Jeremy Renner and the mayor of Kingstown? Why, I'm the mayor, Mike McCluskey, and the mayor of Kingstown. He's not actually a mayor. He's more of a power broker. He's more of a fixer. He's a friend. If he's your enemy, it's not good for you. Does Jeremy Renner know martial arts? I've never trained in any discipline. However, I've trained in all the disciplines for many years, if that makes any sense. It was all through stunts and training for 5 months in Taekwondo, or 5 months in this, or judo throws every day, or whatever it might be, to serve, whether it was Born Legacy, or if it's whatever the movie was calling for. I learned from Tom Cruise, I think one of the greatest at the game, on Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol. He taught me how to train my body like I'm an athlete, a professional athlete, when it comes to stunts. And I took that advice, and I ran with it till this day. And part of my recovery, I used that even as part of my recovery. My body awareness was a huge part of me on that ice. Treat your body like you're a professional athlete. That perspective that he gave me really kind of bleeds into many places in my life. And actually, thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. On aboard. What do you got to say, Google? Our Jeremy Renner. Elizabeth Olsen, friends. Yes, we're friends. I haven't seen her in a while. I miss her dearly. We got to do Wind River together. Before that, we were doing, obviously, we met in the Marvel Universe. Yeah, I miss her dearly. She's a very, very, very dear friend. Say hi to her if you see her. Our Jeremy Renner and Robert Downey, friends. Yes, we are. The other blessing of, being in the Marvel Universe is forging great friendships. When you're with somebody for 12 years and people have been through divorces and babies and marriages and all these things. And we're on not only our family chat for the OG Avengers, but also just as friends in life. I speak to him, several times a week. And he's a huge fan of Mayor Kingstown. So he forces me to tell him all the stuff before it comes out. But yeah, of course. Good buddy of mine. Let's go. Is Jeremy Renner in Lords of Dogtown? Yes, I am. Yeah, a short little small scene. I did it with some friends, and I think we shot for a week or something, or less than that. But it was good fun. I was in the Lords of Dogtown. Was Jeremy Renner James Bond? No, but I was James Coughlin in The Town. Maybe you've seen that movie.
Do you know why people might be Googling that?
I wear tuxes a lot, maybe. I'm in suits and, maybe sort of Bondish, or I look similar to Daniel Craig. Maybe that too. And I'm not English, so I can't be cast as James Bond. Look, that's all the answers I have for you today. Don't Google me anymore. Peace. I'm out.